So how do you know how much sleep you need, or what's your biological sleep need? Everyone has a biological sleep need, a certain amount of sleep that they require to perform all the functions of life. So in the same way that different people have, for example, different shoe sizes, they also have different biological sleep needs. In general, people sleep a little bit more when they're younger. They tend to sleep in a bit later as a teenager. And then as they get older, their circadian rhythm tends to shift a little bit earlier. So they go to bed earlier, and often they need a little bit less sleep overall. But you see, underneath all of it is a general pattern, an individual need that's completely personal to that individual and is determined by their genetics. Now, this individual biological sleep need is set and cannot be changed. So no matter how hard we try to train ourselves to sleep less, it's just not possible. Even if we try and scrimp and only sleep 4 hours in a bit to get more done and be more efficient, it's simply not possible. Our body needs a certain amount of sleep to be able to function, to perform, and most importantly, to stay healthy. And if we sleep less, then our biological sleep need will pay a price in some way. So in the opposite way, what happens if you stay in bed longer than your sleep need? Well, what happens is our bodies just won't sleep because you don't need any more sleep than your biological sleep need. And if you're someone who suffers from insomnia and your sleep is poor, what you might find is that you're in bed for more time, but a lot of that time you're not actually sleeping. And as a result, what can happen is that you learn to associate the bed with not sleeping, and as a consequence can actually make insomnia worse. And so there's people who find it difficult to get to sleep. Then it might be that you've lost the association between sleep and your bed because you've been spending a bit more time in bed. So how do you calculate what your individual sleep need is? Well, we know that on average, an adult needs between 7 and 9 hours. And that's quite a good starting point. But of course, there are people who are able to sleep between 6 and 7 hours or 9 to 10 hours and function completely normal. But these people are relatively rare. But the important thing to remember, in the same way that not everyone has the same shoe size and not everyone is a size 6, not everyone sleeps 8 hours. So if you find yourself sleeping, for example, 7 hours and feeling fine, then that's great. The best way to gauge how much sleep you need is about how you feel the next day. So if you wake up feeling refreshed and energized, then you're probably sleeping the right amount for you. Another great way to measure how much sleep you need is how quickly you fall asleep. If you fall asleep within the first 15 minutes of your head hitting the pillow, then you're probably a bit sleep deprived and you need a bit more time in bed. If you take more than 30 minutes to fall asleep on a regular basis, or you find that you're awake frequently through the night, then it may be that you're spending too much time in bed and you're suffering with insomnia. And if that's the case, then the best treatment is CBTI, which has really great results with as many as 80% of people curing their sleep problems with CBTI. So tonight, take a note of when you go to bed, how long you take to fall asleep, and also how you feel in the morning. These are the first steps to gauging how much sleep you actually need and to think about whether you're getting that energizing, refreshing sleep that you need. For more help, website with lots of free tips and advice on getting a great night's sleep.